So I just came across this post on X from Amir, the CEO from Doist, and therefore the company behind Todoist. And they just published a new feature inside Todoist. And I want to use this as an opportunity to talk about the issue about time blocking and how people approach this and why we are doing a complete different way at the paperless movement using the ICOR methodology in order to time block. If you're a busy professional and you are swamped with tasks, then this, what Amir is showing here, won't work anymore. And let's quickly jump into this where he shows the feature actually.
Paperless movement, your productivity, your way.
So kudos to Doist, right, to pull this off and show that this is working and integrate the calendar directly. There have been ways to do this with other tools like Plixi and other automations where you were able to do this already. However, the native integration with the calendar obviously is awesome, and it seems so many people have been asking for. But we don't care at the paperless movement. We love Todoist as a task manager. And we started already worrying when we saw updates that go towards project management and also now the calendar integration and becoming a planner. If you know us at the paperless movement, you went through the ICOR methodology, that you know that there's a difference between a task manager, a planner, a calendar, and a project manager. And mixing everything together is something that might work for the individual properly with a few tasks here and there and not a lot of meetings. But the moment you are swamped with meetings on a daily basis and you get unexpected events in or urgent tasks and things like that, you start managing your calendar. You plan out something, the task, I want to do this, and then you see it here, right? This is a half-hour task. You take half an hour for this task, and the thing is, you never be able to really predict how long it will take, how much you do, and so on. And at the paperless movement and with ICOR, we tackle this using time blocks, okay? And we differentiate the day between deep work and shallow work. And in the deep work, you really tackle the tasks that take hours, sometimes 3 to 4 hours that you need to focus on. So we put this in the morning, and in the afternoon, you have the shallow work, and there's a time block. And there you do all the shallow work, all these type of tasks here, 15-minute tasks, things that are done quickly. And therefore, Todoist is great for organizing this. So at the paperless movement, we are using Todoist for shallow work, for shallow tasks, speedies as we call them, tasks less than 15 minutes. And the deep work usually is prioritized in ClickUp, our project management tool. And the key is whenever you hit this time block that you go to your action system and know perfectly what you need to work on next. And I don't want to plan this out. This being said, we are using Sansama as a planner. And in Sansama, so here we are in Sansama, for example, and here is my day, and there is very few to see there, not much to see there. There's a morning routine that I go through, all right, so I didn't take it off today, but I do my journaling, I do HIIT, and then I do some meditation. I just want to have this in my routine. But when it comes to productivity, here, I'm going to plan on ClickUp. This is the action item. Plan Todoist. Check Slack, okay? And the list can go on. But that's the morning routine, so I don't forget to check all the other systems. The thing is, you see here's the calendar on the side, and I don't care what is on the calendar unless there are meetings on the calendar, all right? So if people invite you to meetings, randomly, you consistently get invites to meetings, well, then I would block the morning for deep work, okay? And you can do this on the calendar, obviously, as well, but I can do this here in the planner. And then I have lunch, and then I have the shallow work. And if you really need to get these things done, then people cannot invite you if you make these things busy, all right? But then I want to have a sequential order what I need to work on. So you see here, this is a ClickUp task. This is a Todoist task. And that's why Sansama is important then, because it pulls in all the tasks from different platforms into one place. And for busy professionals, it's very common that you not only have one place where you have actions in. Many of you, I'm sure, have actions in their email, and you cannot also connect the email there. And now I can bring in this email and say, well, I need to work on this as well. But the key is, I'm not, and even that Sansama allows this, I could now bring this in here and say, okay, I want to work on this calendar. I don't want to reorganize consistently throughout the day. Instead, when I go to the overview of the week and I didn't get it, in one of the time blocks, I wasn't able to get to this. Well, I move it to the next day, I'll move it here and so on. But you see, that's where I plan out my tasks. The other tools like Todoist and ClickUp are just to prioritize these tasks, to identify, if we use ICOR here, identify the weekly goals, which are the tasks that you need to get done this week without any doubt. And again, Sansama allows you to make weekly objectives. So you see this by this icon here. So if I go here, you see my weekly objective, and I know, okay, if I need to decide what to work on, this is what I need to work on. And if some unexpected things come in, I look here and say, no, that's what I have planned. And let's see how I move these things around. And now you see here, that's the email that I just put onto the calendar. And you see this is coming up like this. But you see also here, for example, there are actual meetings that show up in this sequential order. So this means the moment I need to work on something, I go to Sansama and I have the sequential order that I planned out in the beginning of the week, and I know perfectly what to work on next. I click this, I open this, I can even then go to the task and ClickUp. It will automatically open up the task and ClickUp, and boom, I have all the things that I need in order to get started. If there are comments or anything like that, I have the single source of truth of this task where all the information is available to get this done. And the same applies for Todoist. I can go here and it will open up Todoist and brings up the thing here, okay, that I need to do. And therefore, this is the place where I plan out my tasks. And I see it that people want to have this in Todoist. It also launched in Evernote. We see now a Notion coming in the calendar and so on. So many people request this because they try to force the one tool to become the all-in-one. And we are really worried seeing all the tool companies trying to become the all-in-one. And I had the interview with Amir years ago talking about Todoist and their communication platform Twist. And the advantage of Doist was always to focus on one specific type of tool. So they focus on a task manager and they made the most out of it. They integrated with other tools and it was amazing. And the slight improvements in Todoist were amazing. And now we see a lot of things adding, which is okay. Do whatever you like. But the thing that we worry about is that now you start to play in too many different places and you might get lost in managing all these things to make them work together in one tool. And that's what we see with a lot of tools there. And if you go to our website and you check out our tool stack, then you see we are using several tools. There's Todoist for personal project management, Sansama for planning in personal and business project management. The calendar is there. The calendar is enhanced with Vimcal to make it look better. Then we have ClickUp here. And you might think, oh man, you're scattering things and things become even more complicated with using all these tools. If you force the things all into one tool, you might hit a ceiling at some point. And when you hit the ceiling, then you will know why you need another tool. As I said, you might be fine using just one Todoist, as this is what you do. But for example, Paco, our co-founder, he has more than 200 speedies, the tasks that need 15 minutes or less. And he managed all of them in Todoist because adding all of them into ClickUp, first of all, it's not as quick to capture information in ClickUp as it is in Todoist. That's one advantage. And then here he can quickly go through the list and combine it with really personal tasks as well. Whereas here he would clutter up ClickUp in our team management with these speedies. Let me know in the comments below how you manage your planner. If you're really scheduling out each 15 or 5 minutes on your calendar for each task that you have to do. And then tell me also, are you able to stick to this? Or are you constantly moving things around on the calendar? Because then this is a sign that you might do work about work. And that's always a red flag when it comes to becoming more productive as a busy professional. To overcome this, That's what we do, is the big time blocks where we then just go to our action tool and work through the list of things that we prioritized in the first place. I cannot wait to read from you guys. Hey, enjoying the content so far? So how do you feel after seeing all this? Do you think your productivity system is at this level? Take our free 3-minute quiz to find out. Whether you struggle with note-taking, PKM, task or project management, or even workflow automation, we've got you covered. Depending on your results, you'll get a tailor-made free email course starting right after you finish the quiz that will instantly level up your productivity system with laser-focused, actionable advice. Click the link in the description below and unlock your full potential. And we are personally here to help you succeed. So let's ICOR together.